Welcome back to Everything Whiskey. I'm Callum.
I'm Sam.
Today we're having a look at the BenRiach Cask Strength.
Alrighty, so this one is a relatively special one for us. It was the first ever cask strength that we had. I think it was around 2017. This thing came out in 2016.
This is an old bottle. We got it in 2017, so...
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, this is the same one, and it's been done, I think, since then. Like, we haven't been able to find it. Batch 1, that is. This is the batch 1, the first one they did. They did this because of GlenDronach's kind of success with putting out their cask strengths inaugurally. So BenRiach started doing the same thing, and they did really well. We haven't even tried any of their other ones.
So we're actually now 5.
No clue. 6. Absolutely no idea. But we will be trying them. We thought we'd finally get to this one before it starts tasting like ridiculously different because you know it's sitting in a bottle that's been opened. But yeah, this is a Speyside Scotch, 57.2% I think, and it's been aged in a mix of refill sherry, first fill sherry, hogshead, virgin oak. So the typical suspects when it comes to barreling in Scotland.
This was actually really hard to come by in Australia, by the way.
Yeah,
well, I think I got this
bucks or something.
140. I think I got it for my birthday. One of my parents bought it, and they said that they had to go on some
well, I haven't seen it, and I haven't seen it since. Yeah. Even any of the other.
So I think we're just extremely lucky to get this. To be honest.
So yeah, thought it'd be time to actually review it. We'll get to the notes.
Salted raisins. That's why we love this whiskey.
Yeah.
Just the nose is so good.
Yeah, it was like you get like the sherry bomb, but it's like someone's kind of eyelid it. You know, like they've kind of like grabbed the sherry notes, but they've kind of like beaten it up a bit, made it a little bit more like salty and kind of like harsh. Yeah. Not even like harsh, but just like, I don't know, a bit more savory. There's like this salted, intense like raisin notes instead of being just like this overly rich, overly sweet sherry. Jesus Christ.
But it is sweet. It's got like salted caramel. Like everything's kind of like a salt in it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like kind of been island. It's got this kind of like not brine salt, like literally just like
salt, sea salt.
Just like table salt. It's just added this kind of, and I think cask strength high proof has done that to me before, especially with scotches. Yeah, it kind of adds this kind of like saltiness. Saltiness or something. But I love it. Some people don't, but it's up my alley. I hear a lot of people say that it really needs some time to breathe and some water added to it. We did try that at some point, and wasn't for us. It made no difference really. It kind of made it initially much more intense, and then after that it made it quite a bit more dull. Yeah. But we've never been like heavy adding water to whiskey people. But there is a very good thing to do for a lot of people. It's
just experimenting as well. It's good to experiment with whiskey.
But you would think at this proof that it would benefit. And it probably does for a lot of people, just us personally, it wasn't our thing. No. Probably because we were so enamored by the fact that it was our first ever cask strength, and that was like the wow factor. Yeah, we're just like hell yeah, you know, it's so strong, and that was kind of like why it was so exciting for us. Yeah. So reducing that probably just mentally wasn't something we wanted to do. Stewed dark fruits on the nose as well,
with salted caramel, salted raisins probably fall into that.
Vanilla as well.
Vanilla. I mean like a creaminess as well. Maybe a milky creamy kind of.
It's like typical Speyside notes, but yeah, they've just been cranked up a ton. Yeah. And like salt added to it. There's the what's it called? The GlenDronach. Glenfarclas. You know the 105? Is it the 105?
Yeah, 105.
It kind of reminds me of that, with the red numbers all over it. That was like a cask strength one as well.
This has got more body and
it's got more salt and stuff, but it reminds me like those typical Speyside / Highland notes just cranked up, like someone's just kicked it in the ass.
Yeah. I'm jumping on the taste. First drink of the day and it's woo! Jesus. It actually that's kind of set your breath away a little bit.
It's because it's it's also barely 12 o'clock.
I was just going to check my normally go to work.
Barely midday, so
yeah. those salted raisins just carry through. The salted caramel, just that saltiness, just in general is so good. The malt kind of takes a back seat, like it's there, but it's just
that like
taking
cereal
it back.
note.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like all the funky ones that we have around here.
I prefer that. I like that it's kind of a bit.
I think that's why we also like this so much.
Yeah, because it's not got that kind of like deep bran cereal, malty, just I don't know, like that.
Yeah,
heavy like porridge kind of like taste. I don't know how to describe
damn
it.
hay or something.
Yeah, definitely. And this is just
fresh,
fruit.
crisp.
It's just so much fruit.
I'm getting like green apples now on the nose. It's like really crisp.
I'm definitely getting apples. I'm getting a ton of apples.
The amount of nostalgia flowing back, by the way. Sitting in that couch where our first ever couple of videos were recorded, with that glass table in front of us, the TV, just sitting here drinking this.
A while ago. It was a long time ago.
I mean, 4 years ago.
Yeah. It's not really that long, but it feels like it seems like a long time ago. Especially because it's like it kind of does. I don't know, like it doesn't feel like we've been into whiskey for that long.
No, it doesn't.
And what, 5 years probably?
4 or 5 years. We'll be coming up to.
Yeah. So like it's coming up to 5 years. So which isn't that long, but it also feels longer than it is anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just. It's weird. This is, I remember how nostalgic, it's just so nostalgic remembering our first ever cask strength. And it's one that we can't even buy now, so like, I don't even want to finish it.
And then we got this when we were right in the middle of our Speyside and Highland
so it was like
era
perfect,
of Scotch. And it just blew us away.
That's another reason I don't want to really drink it much now, because like, I not even be able to appreciate it the same way, because I'm like not that into Speysides and stuff.
I just don't want to drink it because it's the only bottle that we'll probably ever have of it. So
that's it, yeah. It's just sold out everywhere, they discontinued it.
Yeah.
But apricots, heaps of apricots. It's like a nice spice to it as well. It's like an oaky, nutmeggy kind of spice, like a fruit cake, Christmas cake. But like,
and actually
you've like dumped a bottle of, brandy in it. You know, like the French make it, like and they've dumped like heaps of liquor in it, and also like, topped it with some like flaky salt or something. That's like basically what this tastes like. It's still really sweet as well.
Yeah, that caramel vanilla.
Yeah.
Just shines through. Kind of carries it almost. Like those raisins are really nice, but it does need it.
Yeah, it needs that balance.
It's too overpowering if it did.
I was trying to think. There's nothing I could really compare this to that we have at the moment. I would say.
I mean, we have the normal BenRiach 10.
I'm not
even, but that one, not
a fan of it at all. Really, it's really just a bit dull.
Yeah, we should probably try and get our hands on
another
release, and then we could compare them.
Yeah,
but it's just where do we find it?
Well, I think we can get different batch. Just I don't know where they're up to now and how much it is.
Yeah.
But anyway, we'll wrap this one up. Because I don't want to finish this glass and pour some more. I want to keep it as long as possible.
And you've got to go to work as well.
And I've got to go to work. So if you enjoyed this episode of Everything Whiskey, leave us a like. If you want to see future episodes from us, maybe consider hitting that subscribe button. If you do, we'll see you in the next one. Cheers.